Well, how y'all doing tonight? Welcome to Leftovers, Team Pack-A-Lunch. We are live from the Lincoln Manor Gymnasium. We are doing our first sort of podcast, if you will, video blog. We've already done our basketball, we've done our sports. We're trying to change things up here with Move With Me. So this is going to be kind of interesting to see how this all works. This is probably going to be a very first run kind of thing, but we are going to try to do this weekly. We have our games going on. We have basketball. We have a bunch of different things. We just got finished eating pizza, of course, and soft drinks and everything else. Had a great visit with a former colleague of mine. We have volunteers from the community, and we have our adaptive athletes here. It's going on about our first night back of Move With Me. We had 8-10 athletes, maybe 12. Some new faces that Mr. Norbert had brought in. We had Shooter and we had Scooter, and then we had Juan and Chris, and Devin's been steady beating everybody all night long in checkers. We were able to present Juan with his SMCL Dick's Sporting Good and Move United chair, which we'll show you some video of. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to do this weekly series. We are going to recap what we've done in the past week, and boy was it a busy week. We had for the first time in the year and a half we've been doing this, had to cancel an event because we were just beat. The Deganatio all-terrain experience was absolutely a success on every measurement standard that we could possibly put together. We had come see, little dude, come see. We're doing a video blog. Say hi, come see my little dude. You know, Wyatt. He's the first guest on Leftovers with Team Pack-A-Lunch. And congratulations, you're our first guest. Good job. The Deganatio all-terrain experience was amazing. We had roughly about 85 athletes, about 40 ATVs that were driven by an amazing group of people. The mud community is absolutely amazing. We were wearing out our welcome in Caloyo Parish. Caloyo Parish was absolutely phenomenal. I have been told to make sure that they understand that that is Caloyo Parish, not Livingston Parish. They were clear on saying that they are very proud of where they're from. I took some notes on Caloyo Parish, and it is a parish that is an unincorporated part of Livingston Parish. It was actually built and designed for around a gentleman in the Spanish-American War, I think 1779, so Galveston. So he led the commanders in Galveston, Colyell, so Colyell Parish. Francisco Colyell, who was the commander in Galveston Army in 1779. Very proud people, very hospitable. They went above and beyond. That's not even a word that I'm looking for. Above and beyond would be, helpful. These guys were loyal. They gave you your word, and not only did they give you a word, they got creative, they got inventive, they did exactly what they said, and they never once questioned anything that we wanted to do, and we can't thank them enough. The volunteer fire department was amazing. They stayed out there all day long. We had a lot of dust, a lot of dirt, a lot of heat, and a lot of smiles. Fantastic event. Some of the segments that we're planning on doing are going to be athlete spotlight. I'll walk around and get a couple of interviews from a couple of people, so that way we can understand who our athletes are, get to know them weekly, and then we also want to do some vendor spotlights or sponsor spotlights. This week, definitely True Blue Water. This week we had Capital City Produce, we had Tremont's, we had APS Arteria, we had Southern Home Snowballs, we had John Lafitte Harbor. He was incredible. Showed up with some of his ATVs and just did some amazing things. So not only was he there to sponsor, he was also there to help contribute. We also had a gentleman, if you're in the Livingston Parish area, that you probably need to look up, is going to be a Horse Named Hope. Horse Named Hope is a organization that is dedicated for horse therapy. He's got a very unique approach to trying to kind of deal with dramatic brain injuries and different things like that. We were introduced to him by a young lady, one of our athletes by the name of Abby Ross, and she was able to turn us on to him, and he was fantastic. He brought out 5 or 6 of his ponies. Go back and look at the videos. Completely self-sufficient. Another true gentleman of Callao Parish, just fantastic. I would say he's a pastor, but a true gentleman of all things that we try to all strive to be. Horse Named Hope, look that up. As far as all of the mud boggers and everything else that were there were just incredible. We had Greg Miller, Senator. We had a couple of candidates from running for DA in Livingston Parish. We had CSC Customs. We had AWC. We had just a whole host of other Waste Pro. Just a bunch of different Capital Produce I mentioned. We had a bunch. We also had a significant amount of volunteers there. We had volunteers from Acandelas. We had volunteers from My Dreams Foundation, Ski Dogs. Deganatio was absolutely incredible. We also had sponsorships in the name of Salt and Pepper Oak, which is a fantastic restaurant in Baton Rouge, and Roy's Ice was a big help with all of that stuff. So Coca-Cola, Tremont's, and pretty much covered them all, but just fantastic event. We did have, let's see, there was one other one that was there that, Seeger Sandbar. They provided my favorite treat, which was the Little Debbie's things for that. We had the Poker Run, which we had Cafe Du Monde. We had A-Team Real Estate. We had some independent donors. We had electric companies, AES. We had a bunch. We'll put all of that stuff up. Fantastic people that gave generously, and financially, and basically with their donations of their time. So we can't thank you enough. Moving back to what our podcast is going to look like, we are going to try to once a week give a little project of art. We are going to bring Miss Ruth Linder in a little bit. She is going to tell us a little art project that you can do at home, keep you busy. And then one of the other things that we're going to do is we're going to try to look forward and go to... You beat Bruce? Good job. Wasn't very hard. It's very easy. Devin's over there playing checkers, and she just beat Coach Bruce. Very excited. We had Special Olympic athletes out signing autographs. The Alligator Tour was amazing. We had folks from North Carolina all the way to Texas. The event was super successful, and we're already starting to plan next year's. Ruth Linder did a great job. We're going to bring in Ruth. We're going to call that segment Partly Cloudy with a Chance of Rainbows. Ruth is going to weekly give us a art project that we can do at home, something simple, reusable products inside of the house that you can create and turn into an art project for those who are sitting at home, just looking for a little something extra to do that you can get creative. So Ruth is going to be a very big part of this program, Leftovers, Team Pack-A-Lunch Leftovers. And then we're also going to look forward. We're going to look forward to this weekend. We are not part of the Red Dress Run, but that is happening here locally in the city. We recommend, a lot of our sponsors and stuff like that will be out there doing that race, and it's a fun race. But we look forward to Tuesday night at the Elks Lodge, number 30 on Clearview, for our sizzling summer swim party. That goes from 4:30 to 7:30, I believe. Free of charge. All Team Pack-A-Lunch events are free of charge. We'll have food, we'll have drinks, we'll have swimming. Please come out and join us. We do pick back up here again at the Lincoln Manor Adaptive Sports Center, which I'll be coming back from next week live and doing another one of these versions of Leftovers with Team Pack-A-Lunch. And then we have a Monday night. We will be a part of the Deganatio podcast. We look forward to that. Me, Juan, and some of the other folks that were a part of past weekend's events will be there for that. We have a lot of things that are going on going into next week. We are super excited about our swim party on Tuesdays, our activity night, the sports night is what we're calling it, the Move With Me Sports Night program on Thursdays here from 6 to 8 at the Lincoln Manor Adaptive Sports Center. And just gives them a space where they can actually come in and do all of the things that they want to do. Play sports, play games, play football, play basketball, kick soccer balls, whatever it is that they want to do. We give them the space to be able to do that, and we hope that the caregivers get involved, get off the benches, get off the sidelines, and get involved with that. As part of our Move With Me program, it's very important that everybody gets involved in getting some of our caregivers healthy, getting our athletes healthy, getting everybody involved, so that we can continue to be one happy community in health and in physical activity. And then we're going to look to our big weekend coming up next weekend, which we'll talk about next week's episode on the Spread Your Wings. Spread Your Wings is an Ainsley's Angels event, which we are very proud of. We are very proud to support Ainsley's Angels of Mississippi, South Mississippi, in their race that weekend. And we will be doing everything that we can to make that race successful. Then we'll come back to New Orleans and do a nighttime race, trail run, with some of our favorite Q50 people, and do the Blue Moon race. So we have a lot loaded up for all of our athletes and their families. Continue to join us and look forward to it, and we'll get this processed out. We'll throw in some ads and we'll do some fun stuff, and we'll try and get this thing continuing to go. My name is Jay Cuvion on behalf of Tiffany Lantrenu, David Studline, Brittany Pastor, Vicki, Danielle, April. There is a whole bunch of us that work really, really hard, bringing you all of the events that we try to do, and we try to make them very successful. Thanks to the City of Kenner for hosting us again back at the Lincoln Manor Adaptive Sports Center, Coach Bruce, and all of the Kenner Recreational Department, especially Mayor Mike Glazer and all of his staff. Very hospitable, very welcoming. Our volunteers, a whole list of them, and then our true core sponsors, our Team Pack-A-Lunch buddies, Wednesday Run Club, Ski Dogs, Ainsley's Angels of Baton Rouge in Mississippi, Dealers of Hope, and Deganatio. We certainly can't do it without those guys. Smile Factory, which is Juan Diego's website, where you can buy all of the merchandise, and our Guardian's Blanket, which is headed up by Mr. Ryan Mast, retired firefighter, great guy, and we are going to be putting those together over the next few weeks at our Elks Lodge events so that we can start to deliver on the promises that we made on that. We have a lot going on. Thanks for joining us and continuing to support us. and we will talk to you soon with more exciting news. Thanks, y'all. Have a good night.